everybody, welcome back to a BSDF1 podcast with your host Josh and my lovely co-host with me as well. Today we're going to be talking about some favourite teams, drivers and tracks, and we're going to also be talking about the early season review, how everybody is doing in Formula 1 in 2023. Let's get straight into this one, everyone. So, boys, we're going to do a little list. Okay, we're going to do a little list. I want 1, your favourite driver, 2, your favourite team, 3, your favourite track, and a very short description of why it's your favourite, okay? Nice and simple, right? Really, really simple.
Love it.
So, I'm going to give you the first one. Ryan, we're going to start with you. Right, who's your favourite driver?
Lewis Hamilton.
Leo, who's your favourite driver?
Lewis Hamilton.
Nice. Cute, isn't he?
You mean cute? What? Hamilton? Yeah, he's cute. That's why.
Nice.
No, greatest of all time. 7-time world
Who's gone there?
8. It should be 8,
innit?
but it should have been. But we don't talk about that. We're unbiased here.
Beautiful. That's what we like. Okay, Josh, why is your favourite driver Lewis Hamilton?
I mean, it's easy, isn't it? He's Brit. He's the greatest of all time. I mean, you can't really sum him up in one word because he's too many good words. But I've been following him for a long time, so
that's why I fumbled so much, because I just didn't know how to summarise Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you're saying that Lando Norris is not your favourite driver, Josh?
No, I was actually going to say Bottas because I appreciate it.
Nice.
So, Josh, we throw it back on you. Who's your favourite driver then, mate? If it's not the biggest driver in the world.
Give me my favourite driver. My favourite driver, genuinely, is George Russell.
How do we know that wasn't coming?
Tory.
Yep. Vote for him.
Biggest
vote for him.
Tory,
Tory from the biggest libs.
Conservative Party. True, actually. But yeah, no, I just think he's uber talented and he's the future of like ridiculously good Formula 1. Don't get me wrong, I love Lewis and a lot of other drivers, but yeah, George is I like George. He was probably the one I followed the most when he was in Williams out of any of the other drivers. So yeah, George Russell, that's my boy, that's my guy, and he dresses like me as well. So
fucking hell,
Tory.
No way. You wish
he dresses like me. Why do
I think his clothes have a bit more of a price tag than yours.
Other way round.
Why does price matter?
You dress like him.
Yeah.
Why does
100%.
price matter? I'm trying to get my hair there as well.
Yep.
Look, we'll get the little quiff at the top going with the hair. Gonna bring it down because I'm receding, so that's coming straight back down.
A long way to go, I think, on that one.
Go get yourself one of these, mate. Get yourself a hat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, thank God you wear that hat. Otherwise,
mate.
you got postcodes between your forehead and the back of your head. Right. So give me your favourite team, Ryan. Give me your favourite team.
Favourite team.
And why?
The audience knows it's McLaren.
Yeah, but
everybody knows it's McLaren.
It isn't.
Just check the thumbnail of this video. It's McLaren. You're wearing a McLaren match in the thumbnail.
Do you know what? I'll just go with McLaren because it'll make everyone happy. No one will argue with it. So yeah, McLaren. The reason being, their main colour is orange, obviously, and ginger. So got to support the gingers.
And you love Lando Norris.
Yeah.
Whoever's ticket, can they stop?
Lando Norris.
It's Leo playing with a pen, 100%. Oh, it isn't. Wait, who is playing with a pen? Wait, who is? What is that?
Josh
is
just hearing me.
Josh has thrown his pen to the outside of the room.
It's definitely ain't me.
Gaslighting now. Okay, yeah, Leo, favourite team?
Aston Martin.
Aston Martin. Nice. Gorgeous car, that's the reason, right? Surely.
Green.
And it's got Alonso.
Green, that's what. No. Green. No, it's just a legendary British team, innit? Legendary British company. Yeah. And green.
Legendary British team. Only done one season, yeah.
Wait, what about Racing Point?
I never said Formula 1 team, I just said legendary British motorsport team.
No,
Racing Point don't exist anymore. But
I wanted to. Who are they?
you wouldn't know who that is either, would you?
Actually, they're in Josh spot.
Wait, Josh, tell me what Force India is.
Isn't it the team that Fernando Alonso first drove for?
To be fair, though, I'm surprised Leo didn't say Jaguar was his favourite team because British and green, so. And then end up his favourite.
Yeah, to be fair, that Jaguar HSBC livery.
God, convert to Red Bull, me.
True. Josh, who's your favourite team? Mercedes. I'll finish it for you there.
There we go.
Who's your favourite team?
Yeah, done. Yeah, move on.
And why would it be them?
Sky blue. To be fair, I don't know. I think I can be converted quite easy to Ferrari. I'd say I'm probably a Mercedes fan because their merch looks so much better than Ferrari does, and Lewis drives for them.
Do you remember the McDonald's merch?
No, yeah, I do remember
last year.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
the t-shirts look like a McDonald's.
Yeah, but
Genius.
That's the thing. Who would actually get, apart from a cap for Ferrari or a pin badge or a car? Like, what else is there in terms of merch? Like, it's all gash. And by all accounts,
what about that sweet £400 belt? You gotta love that belt.
Yeah, you love to see it, but no, not for me.
£400 Ferrari belt, unreal. Okay, good. We like that. So a really eclectic group of people
yours?
Here. English or English?
Yep.
Or Italian?
Pretty much. We're not biased.
What's my favourite team?
Yeah, it's probably Alpha Tauri, isn't it?
Do you know, it's a weird one. I want all three of you to try and think who my favourite team is.
It's Williams, 100% Williams.
It's going to be fucking Alpine or something like that, isn't it?
What, Josh and the French? That don't mix.
Well, I mean, you never know.
France's
He's come out with worse things in the world. So.
And baguettes, cheese baguettes.
Oof. And Esteban, I've gone that forget.
Yeah, true that. Yeah.
Pierre Gasly as well.
Pierre Gasly.
Roger, so do you reckon my favourite team is?
Yeah, I reckon, like Leo said, it's Williams all day.
Well, Williams. So I have a bit of like a weird one. I've got like two, but if I was to pick one, which is you'll hate it, but if I was to pick one, my favourite team is McLaren because it was, coming in that generation of DTS boys, it had to be a McLaren. It was always going to be. But no, I like McLaren because when I really got into the sport, the history that I went through is like Lewis's history and bringing it back to McLaren and seeing all of that and then the evolution of McLaren. McLaren has always been, actually one of the things that reminds me of why I always liked McLaren, Josh, remember this, excuse me, with my voice literally vanishing. The early Top Gear episodes, like the mid-2010s, 2009 maybe, around there, on Top Gear, anytime they drove a McLaren, Jeremy Clarkson always like, the crazy people at McLaren, the tech geniuses of McLaren have created this monster of a car. And that's where like McLaren with my head always sticks. They always used to go on about how actually crazy the mechanics were, Formula One technology on the road and all that sort of stuff, right? So that's where like I like McLaren.
I think you're actually misquoting Lamborghini there, to be honest, but I'll let you have it.
No, I'll get you the clip. It's when Jeremy Clarkson, it might have been Grand Tour now I think about it, but Jeremy Clarkson is driving the 720S because it's on the Ebola-drome and he starts drifting it around, so it is on the Grand Tour.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
that's on the grounds of getting cancelled, that.
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's Ebola's fine. It's just a disease. Bad one. Real bad one. Real bad one. What are you laughing? It's just saying headache. Headache.
It's just the way you went it. Ebola's fine.
Ebola's right. It's just a disease. You only die from it. What's going to happen? But
anyway, in the UK.
Yeah, moving on. So that's why it's McLaren. Because I just love the history of it, and they always should be at the top, and it's so disappointing. They're the team at the moment I see when they're sitting where they are, it feels the worst. So yeah, that's why mine's McLaren.
In one word, really quickly then, what was your other team then? Probably Williams, right?
Oh, it was Williams. Yeah, it was Williams. Again, history,
you had
esteem.
one word. That's it.
History. History.
Nice.
Okay, I'm never going to give one word. There's no chance I'm ever giving one word.
Your throat, then.
It's never going to happen.
I'll start going.
Stop it.
So, Ryan.
Yes.
Track. favourite track, F1 track. Actually, just racetrack. Fuck it. Racetrack. Anywhere.
I mean, I'll give you a guess because everyone's probably going to know it. It's my favourite track on the simulator, which is obviously
that's
Monza.
your favourite track in real life as well.
Yeah, mate, I love Monza.
How depressing.
Mm.
What do you mean? It's a good race every time they go there.
Except for
It
last
is
year.
I mean,
genuinely
yeah,
a good race. You've got you can't summarise it up. It's just strategies.
it's just Monza, isn't it?
It's just Monza. It's the speed, the strategy. Like you can get a split second thing wrong and you're right at the back. So
Yeah, this is true. And you do love a bit of Monza. What about you,
I do.
Leo?
Spa.
What about you? Spa. Wait, go on, tell us why.
Do you know I've been there twice?
Oh,
How do we know that was coming?
sake.
Both times before Drive to Survive. I had also. No, it's historical. Like, also, it's not joking. Like, if you ever go there, you'll know what I mean. It's such a unique track where it's literally in the middle of a forest. Yeah.
What forest? What's the forest?
Trees.
No, what's the forest called?
Oh, well, I don't know.
He's not
Well,
there for trees.
another.
He's not there for trees.
Is it trees? I don't know.
All right, go on, David Attenborough. Tell us.
It's the Ardennes, man. It's the Ardennes. You don't know about the Ardennes?
There's only one man who knows his way around the Ardennes.
And it ain't the French. Anyway.
Yeah, before we can absolutely can.
Anyway, moving on.
Let's go
Historical.
anyway,
Historical, and it used to be a street circuit as well. For anyone who
Yes.
didn't know.
That old 38 layout.
Is that
of
when it
Spa
was
is
before
insane.
Drive to Survive as well, Leo? Quickly.
It might be. It
Yeah,
might
I'm
be.
sure.
You know, you've got Overus,
Yeah.
you've got Vadion.
To be fair, that was literally Drive to Survive. Like, a lot of dead people on like the old
Survive to
Spa.
Drive.
Goodness me. Yeah. What did
Yeah,
Jackie Stewart
but-
said when he was racing there in the 60s? He was like, they all feared it because they knew that someone was probably going to get horrifically injured or die, basically. And Jackie Stewart, I think at Spa had a really bad accident there that nearly killed him, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's
Yeah,
quite
crazy.
I might know that.
Quite a few recent incidents at Spa. as
Scary
well.
ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Josh, favourite track?
I mean, it's well obvious, isn't it? I make a fucking song and dance about it every time it comes on. Brazil.
Yeah.
Can't argue it.
Yep.
I
then
knew that was going to happen.
But I could easily say Silverstone as well. But I'd say I've got recent bias because I've been there. But if I had to choose a circuit that I'd want to go to in real life, it'd probably be Brazil or Singapore. To be honest, Singapore is not a great race to like watch on TV, but I reckon if you're there, that would be unreal. But yeah, Brazil all day.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Very, very good shout.
You
I like that. Favourite track?
probably go on then, the Le Mans.
I think it's track in the middle of nowhere. No, here's the thing. It's like the layouts. I think my one shot answer is Silverstone. But if it was going to be a contender, I love Watkins Glen. Everybody knows Watkins Glen.
I forgot about Watkins Glen.
Classic. It was on the Formula 1 calendar.
I forgot about
as well.
Watkins Glen.
I'd love it. Could you imagine them there?
Mate, that would be
Now.
insane.
It's there's like art in simplicity, and it's got like I think Watkins.
If we're
Glen's
talking about
awesome.
That's the famous 299 as well.
Yeah. If we're talking
And
about
Laguna
famous, tracks, I'd probably say Brands Hatch has got to be up there as well for me, to be honest, because it's
Brands Hatch is a big one.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brands Hatch.
Leo
full
only
GP
knows
circuit.
Formula
Bangs.
1, nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else. Anything else, I'm baffled.
No.
Brands Hatch, where's that?
But they were all Brands Hatch and Watkins Glen were all Formula 1 tracks at one point.
Yep.
So there we go. Okay. That is a good little, like a miniature tier list, you could say, of all of our kind of like favourite big things. Tracks, drivers, teams, etc. We could have gone into detail. What was your favourite year? favourite champion, all that sort of stuff. But maybe that's for another video. So, it is halfway through the mini beginning season break, which is longer than the summer break. Somehow. It's like 3.5, what feels like months. So 3.5 weeks, nearly 4 weeks of a break. It should be illegal, 100%.
Yeah, they should have just filled it with another race.
Yeah, just see, this is when they could do classic car Grand Prix.
Just put Watkins Glen on there.
Watkins Glen with the 70s cars.
Yeah.
Brands Hatch with the 60s cars.
Yeah.
They could go Donington with the 90s cars. That'd be a genius idea. And they can put the Formula 2 drivers and their academy drivers in to make it look interesting. What a great idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I'd pay to see that. But then, they charge £400 a ticket for it, right?
Yep.
For GA.
And then you'd have a load of Twitter free people complaining.
What's your guys' thoughts on like this? I mean, we only have 3 races, but what's the championship looking like? Do you reckon anybody has a chance?
Yeah, Red Bull.
Just Red Bull.
Anything other than Red Bull is good.
I saw a video the other day actually about this, and it was saying that how Red Bull could actually do their own sort of world record. Now I don't know how true this is because I don't think like the rules would actually make this allowed to happen. But if they play their cards right, Red Bull could technically make 2 World Drivers' Championship if they carry on with what they're doing now. Because obviously Max could be a champion so early on in the season that they'd stick Danny Rick or someone in the car, and then he would be the champion as well because they would have so many races left that he'd get enough points to still win the World Drivers' Champion.
Wait, what?
I saw a video. I can't fully remember it because I saw it a while ago. But if Max carries on the way he's doing, obviously he's going to win the World Drivers' Championship with X amount of races left in the season. He could just fuck off somewhere on wherever he wants with his missus, and then they slap, say, Danny Rick in the car, and then Danny Rick could go on, win all them races as well, and be a World Drivers' Championship at the same time as Max.
So does the World Drivers' Championship only class for the car that's being driven by the driver?
Well,
must be, yeah, because you can have Hulkenberg and go in or to replace Vettel, couldn't you? And he still gets a point, but you're only allowed to field 2 cars.
He still gets points, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, and I suppose last year when was it De Vries went in for someone and Latifi was under De Vries for a little bit because he got an F1 point because he came in.
Yeah, more points than Latifi at the time. Yeah.
So that's
find where you found that video, and maybe we'll link it underneath because that's a very interesting. They're not, because there's no way Max Verstappen is getting out that car.
No, he'll just keep going and going and going and going and going.
The man just races.
Yeah,
he's literally just.
But it was just something that just blew my mind. I was like, they actually does sound possible to happen because of how quick that car is being at the minute.
It's a monster. It's a monster. Is it a monster, or is it just that everyone's slow? I keep on saying this.
I'm still trying to figure out how they're getting 20 miles an hour more than everyone else by the DRS.
There's no gimmick. W11 had DAS and, the chassis that they developed.
No, you're right.
The McLaren back in the day had the double thing, the foot pedal.
No, you're right.
I've got what it is.
Braun, they had a double diffuser and the rest of the field didn't have it. And
double diffuser.
Yeah.
There's no gimmick.
Early McLaren.
Unless this DRS flat thing is.
I'm telling you, I know what it is.
Oh, the thing that sucked him into the ground in whenever that was, 2007, that little lever, or 6, where they pulled up the lever and it dropped the car. And then when it came into the pits, it raised the car when the FIA tested it. Genius.
That's a genius move.
Yeah.
No, basically when Red Bull press their DRS button, it's also a NOS system for when they go down the straights.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like that. That's what they're going to have. Fast and Furious.
Ryan, is it
Red Bull?
Just to double check, is it the Dominic Toretto version of NOS though? So when you press it, you force back into the seat and then
Yeah. So you'll literally see him. He'll be driving and then just go.
Coming off. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, exactly that. Everything else turns into a blur apart from your car and your vision, but everything else is a blur.
That was
and you change gear 15 times on 6 stick.
That original Fast and Furious thing I just done, then that's sad. Wow.
Yeah, the Monaco.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Terrible.
You'll get this all to yourself, even if you don't win.
He got roasted.
Absolutely fried him. Absolutely fried him at the end of the race.
Oh, is that Ja Rule, by the way? Yeah, I think it is. Classic Ja Rule.
Yeah, that's what they used to do, and just get rappers in.
Yeah.
Because just get a rapper in there, bang, famous bloke.
Yep.
It will sell tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't reckon there's like a secret sauce, or do you think the thing's just an aero beast? Because Adrian Newey's a genius, but so is everyone else on that grid, right? You're not in F1.
No.
Yeah, but it's got to be more than.
No
it's got to
way.
be more than just aero, though.
No,
it can't
100%.
be.
I watched a
The
video
amount
the
of
other
speed
day.
they've got is just down to aero.
No, I watched a video the other day about Adrian Newey. I know we've all said at separate occasions about how much of a genius he actually is, but he is the reason why they're succeeding and the way they are. At every point, at every team he's been at, and this is like going back to the 80s. This is like when Ayrton Senna was a part of the team with Williams, and when they dominated for 2
Got
years.
his start with Williams, didn't he? Yeah.
No, before that as well. I think he was at Brabham, or another team beside B, as like a underlink to someone. And all of the cars he's worked on at a very early stage have done well and won well, really well. I think he just has the Midas touch with anything aerodynamic and just gets it right, whereas no one else can. The only one that seems to be doing a half decent job in this era of work is obviously Dan Fallows with Aston Martin. But I think because if you look back at like the era where you had Gordon Murray as well, working on like the Lotuses and Brabhams of that era, so that's why I don't think he was working at Brabham. But I'll confirm that in a moment. When he came in and those type of cars with the what's the aero effect at the moment? I forget the name. Can't remember the name.
Ground effect.
Ground effect. So when the original ground effect came in, his cars after that came up.
Oh, sorry, JC. Josh was just like, shut up. Yeah, I got there.
Jesus. Ollie, what I was saying is that what he did back then, even before all of this kind of aerodynamic ruling and stuff was put in place, he was dominating it even then. So you take him out, Red Bull will be nowhere near as quick as they are. 100% guarantee. I would actually put my race winning from 100%, because he just knows how it works. There's just something that he does. Everything, even back when Vettel was racing for Red Bull, DTS fans take note, because Pit Stop Boys won't tell you.
Pit Stop Boys take note.
Don't know that. When he was there, Brundle was commentating on something as they won. I think it might have been in China or something. And he goes,
I remember seeing this clip.
Yeah, so you know the clip about the quote, badly quote. He says, "There's the three most influential pit players in the sport at the moment," and then he points out Adrian Newey, saying he's actually the number one. This is this is Sebastian Vettel at his prompt, and he's saying that Adrian Newey's of them three is the GOAT. I think he actually is. I think the direct quote he says is there's the most valuable man in Formula One, and he doesn't have blonde hair. I told you I was going to put but it goes back.
Right.
It's the fact that even a couple of years ago they were talking. They did an interview with Adrian Newey. I can't remember what year it was, but it wasn't too long ago, and he still was using pen and paper.
Still does, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's a genius. The man's a genius.
Did you know?
I totally agree with Josh. Like, without him, then.
Did you know he was almost convicted of manslaughter for the Ayrton Senna's accident? Was the
see, that's bullshit.
Yeah, they was.
I didn't know that. Elaborate.
I can't elaborate.
He was like, wait a minute, there's something I don't know.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I've got to gatekeep this.
I need your explanation here.
So I won't be doing a very good job of it, because obviously I wasn't born at that period. But he was dropped of charges in 2005, I think it was. And this is, and Ayrton Senna's death is 94, right? So that's like 9 years of legal clouds over him. Him and some others at Williams from the aerodynamics department and the manufacturing department were, I don't know how you would get caught in law and order, but basically they believed that they were at fault for releasing a car that had manufacturing or aerodynamic defects, which led to the death of Ayrton Senna, because his car just veered off, didn't it, at the time. Obviously,
so I always thought that I think I always thought it was the fact that they got rid of the traction control, which was on there the year prior in '93, and then they removed the traction control, and then that's what made the car garbage, and then it was basically undrivable, because then in '96 and '97 it went on to win 2 world championships. So
yeah, and who developed
Hill
that design? That
and
car?
Villeneuve.
Just quickly, who developed the design?
Newey.
No.
There we go.
Yeah, and then he went to McLaren, and then
Dominated again.
what won there?
Mhm.
I wonder.
Before
Twice.
Ferrari, yeah.
And then didn't go to Ferrari, but who was he with at that time period? It was still McLaren, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was
Because he
McLaren.
left McLaren.
He left McLaren. I can tell you the reason because of the video I watched. He left McLaren because of what they're doing now with their structure. They didn't like it how they divvy up the team to have like certain areas where it said like, look, I'm the aerodynamicist, I take control. This is my like arena. I've like got race winning cars out there. You know, just accept the fact that I'm a god here, and left as a result. And then I think he joined Red Bull before them, and then he left conveniently to join his own company or start his own company to sell back to Red Bull. They couldn't do their sister company a favour and help their car because their car is shit. Like, what are they doing?
yeah, Alpha Tauri in there.
Yeah, come on.
That's what Adrian Newey should be. Do you know what? Formula One should hire him and just put him in the teams that are doing bad.
That's what should have been their instead of taking away Newey.
You've got to sack Newey.
Yeah, you got to get rid of one, Newey or Verstappen.
To be fair, if I was Red Bull, I'd be dropping Verstappen in a heartbeat.
It'd be
There's
Verstappen,
no way I'm losing Newey.
Yeah, I was just I think Christian Horner would kill himself.
I think Newey with Antonio Giovinazzi would still slap, to be fair, let's be honest. But it clearly didn't happen.
It's funny you say that, actually. It's funny you say that. I think since we've kind of seen the last few seasons of Formula One unfold, I was chatting to Dad the other day because, you know, my dad's been watching since the early 70s, right? But I said, I reckon this is going to cause some. Get this clip because it's going to get some comments.
I'll say it and we will.
95% car, 5% driver.
Yeah, that's true though.
I think that 5% is what makes everything.
That apparently, according to F1 Twitter, only relates to Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah,
anyone else, no.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, Josh, you can be a little bit more specific there. I think
someone elaborate. I need to clear my throat.
I think it's 90% car, 5% person or bloke at the time, and 5% bollocks. Because you've got to have some minerals to get around a circuit quick when back in the old days. Whereas now they are kind of like on rails. But Max has it easy, let's be honest. That car is so good. I think even your nan can do.
Yeah, Lewis had the same 19. I'd say 19, 20. Lewis was in probably the most breeze, boring car ever.
But it just shows you the point, though. These cars at the moment are boring. They're not. They're really well fine tuned.
Lame.
Yeah, they're lame, aren't they? If you go back to like what you always talk about the SF 2004, because car was like a monster, wasn't it? It just didn't want to stay on the track, but you had to be a joke to get that thing round the circuit. Whereas these cars, they're almost like Sky Electrics. They just, yo, this shit is fire going around.
They're too big,
as in Ryan.
Too wide, too long, too heavy, and arguably too fast.
Was it linked in the group chat we have, or did anyone see that picture of the F1 car?
The Autosport one, yeah.
The modern day one to then what it'd be looking like, sized up to be in like a 90s or early 2000s.
2003 it was, yeah.
That actually, I think they looked better. I think they looked better.
They look loads better, yeah, than the new ones.
There's something about the onboard that Alonso had in his Renault. What was it? End of 2020 or end of 2020? Yeah, it was end of 2020. When he's going around Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And there's something about that. Everybody stops because, my God, it's a V10. Like
That reminds me
the
of
best engine.
Hamilton's
His eyes.
interview when he was just listening to it. Yeah,
That
Yeah,
one.
it doesn't matter. You can be.
He's like that.
Oh,
Oh,
it's so good.
he gets that James made fizz
Like,
behind the ball.
yeah.
Oh,
That's the top of your
audacious
moment.
Sandero.
Yeah, it just doesn't have a wow factor. And these cars, and we've seen them live, and regrettably, I would have loved to go and see the year. It was 2014 you went to see, wasn't it, Leo? No, 2013.
2012.
Spa.
Oh,
2012.
Spa 2015 then.
15. Oh, so you didn't see a V... Well, no, it was
I saw
Silverstone 2012.
V8s, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Silverstone, you saw V8. And again, that noise is probably still with you now. You know, and it's... I mean,
Yeah.
as a prime example, Liam Lawson driving the Red Bull around Mount Panamera, which is also known as Bathurst. That video sent my dog into a fit. Like, he was just like that when he's going, because that car's like screaming.
Well,
Oh my God.
The
They
only-
were
the only
so
thing
good live. They were so
that
good.
I would have loved is if it had them V10s or V8s, and I had the seats at Silverstone that I had last year.
All right. Yeah, rub it in, mate.
Yeah, I
I'm
will.
Straight.
Oh,
All
I
right.
will. Because they were unreal, and if they had them cars, mate, done. Hearing gone.
Right, so we
Yeah,
quite...
you only got them seats. I'm convinced. Hold on. I just need to roast Ryan quick. You only got them seats. I'm convinced because all the Drive to Survive fans went to the national pit straight thinking it was a pit straight, didn't they?
Oh,
That's why. That's why you got them seats.
I've got a funny story about that actually. Funny story. I went to Silverstone 2016.
Bro, how many
And
times do you want to
my
mention this?
parents bought me
Holy
tickets.
fuck, by the way. Oh,
No, this is this story. I haven't said it. Listen. I got pit straight tickets. And like, oh yeah, you're on the pit straight. It said national pit straight on there. I was like happy, but I was kind of like, you lied to me.
It's the mid one.
Kind of, you know.
Oh,
Anyway.
no. Cry, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say. Anyway,
Remember.
we've digressed
Oh, no.
about the
Anyway.
old school cars and all that kind of stuff. We've talked about Red Bull and then focus on Nui.
Early season review.
Yes. So, should we talk about somebody
An
else?
early
done
season
well,
review dating back to 2003.
Let's talk about Aston Martin, how well they've done, how good Lance Stroll looks, even though he's like often wears face paint that's got clown colours all over it.
5% driver.
5% driver. Yeah, 5% driver.
Big true.
No, I don't think, arguably, I don't think Stroll was doing well for the possibility of that car. I think he could extract a lot more out of it, definitely. But Alonso is the guy that,
Specifically, I was talking
man's
about
in his
Bahrain,
40s.
the broken hand, to be fair. But yeah, I agree.
oh, okay, yeah. No, you give him props there, definitely. But he's still doing, I mean, he nearly taken out his teammate,
Yeah.
twice, I think,
Yeah,
at this point.
Yeah.
Straight in the back. Come on, man.
Broken hand.
You're just waiting to happen. You're like, maybe he's doing it for Drive to Survive. He's like, get the cameras on me, boys. I'm going in. Drama.
Oh,
Just going in.
there's
right,
new
ready
team
for him.
beef. Mhm.
Yeah, just create out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Alonso just get out and punch him, though, to be honest. That's what he was going to Yeah, clock him. Yeah, Aston Martin are doing it mad. Leo, what do you reckon about your favourite team, Aston Martin?
It's just out of nowhere, like the jump from going seventh fastest team to now
Weird, isn't it?
the only team to obviously no team challenging Red Bull, but the only team to be close. I mean, not that the fight with like Mercedes is going to be interesting throughout the year, especially with whatever Mercedes are bringing to Imola. It's exciting, like actually having teams battle because, like I say, Red Bull gone, but everyone behind them seems so close except for Alfa Tauri.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
Don't.
they've fallen. How they're the sister team.
Yeah.
About as much of a sister as me and you are, Leo.
It's a sister team that doesn't get any help.
How do you use that bad?
Well, didn't they want to get rid of AlphaTauri? Helmut Marko? Didn't he want to just get rid of him?
To be
No,
fair, though,
he
even,
denied that.
Or was
even
that
Helmut Marko doesn't even know what he fucking wants, to be fair, most days. He looks like he's half asleep anyway, doesn't he? He's like that.
I'll go
Yeah, he
for
does
that.
look like he's just woken up.
Yeah. He don't know what
Definitely.
he wants.
Yeah. Where do you reckon they'll finish? Do you reckon Aston Martin will continue development
I
Like,
think they're gonna burn.
third.
along with Mercedes?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd say second or third.
No way.
Yeah, I'd say I'd probably looking at the pace relative, I think Mercedes will leave them a little bit in a dust by the middle half of the season.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's probably more than coming, especially whatever these upgrades are in Imola. Everyone, all the Mercedes fans on Twitter crack me up because they're literally just like, but the upgrades are going to bring 1.5 seconds a lap. It's like, no, they're not. They're not going to bring 1.5 a lap. Chill out, bro. LH fan 4-4 for life. Like, calm
He's
it.
just going to be flying around. He's going to be doing the track as the crow flies.
Mercedes
Yeah,
fans are
literally.
different breed.
Oh.
We are forgetting
Lewis
something,
fans. They're the ones.
No, Mercedes fans in general, they are just. I know I'm wearing their cap today, but they are mental. Like, to be fair, every fan's got a mental like subset, but Mercedes just seem to have like these really peculiar fans, which they will not take no for an answer anytime, anywhere, and it's mental.
I think I think after watching, your favourite team win the championship 7 times in a row, you get
8 times.
Like
remember, they Mercedes won it 8 times in a row.
Sorry, 8 times. But you start Hamilton. I hate seeing Verstappen dominate, but then that's what people must have felt like with Hamilton. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
But we
100%.
are forgetting though, because we're thinking about Aston Martin coming down, but for Mercedes going up. But we're forgetting that Ferrari also are a massive racing team here, and they might.
Yeah, but they've actually got to finish a race and do a pit stop before. So
yeah, true. But they might fix it.
Mention the word Ferrari, and everybody just went.
Yeah, I think they will.
I mean,
I think they will fix it. I mean, because last year Red Bull had a few issues and then they had it fixed. I'm not saying that's going to happen because this is Ferrari, but you just don't know with them. Like, they could go on a 8 race winning streak and then that like sorts them out, and then like you've got the inter-team rivalry between Max and Checo, and then 1 or 2 races goes by, they're taking each other out all of a sudden, and then Ferrari back in it again. You just don't know, do it with them, because they could be good, but they could also.
I don't think Ferrari are on Mercedes pace.
Bungle as well.
I don't know. They don't have the consistency throughout the weekends to get up there. If they had the consistency, they probably would. But
no, I think you're right.
I think the fact that you've seen them be slower than Mercedes twice is 3 times even. Sorry, is quite a big eye opener. Like Australia, they finished nowhere. Bahrain, they finished nowhere. Well, they both retired. Saudi, I think, who was somebody on a podium? Charles on the podium?
No,
I think Charles was on the podium, wasn't he?
Charles was.
Maybe it even wasn't.
No, you weren't Charles.
Oh, he was, wasn't he? Yeah. So they've literally not even had a podium yet. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to fact check myself.
No, they didn't.
No,
they haven't.
they haven't.
It's been Mercedes have been the only one in Aston Martin with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ferrari, 3 races and then nowhere. Because I thought, if you remember Abu Dhabi last year, it was a bit of reality check for Mercedes when Ferrari finished like 25 seconds in front of them. And then all of a sudden, Ferrari just cannot. I don't know what's happened. That car looked lightning quick, but unreliable. And
They were so confident
and
as well.
slow.
They were so confident going to see. It was like, oh yeah, we've gained a second. Where?
Yeah. Like plus a second, not minus a second.
Yeah, we've gained a second.
Maybe in the
catering.
maybe in the catering, but
catering. There you go.
Get your
Ferrari
sandwich a bit
catering.
quicker.
Catering ball.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if Ferrari spent over $1 million on catering. 7.5 mil. Wouldn't surprise me
Let's
at
be
all.
honest though, it's
still
Italian,
wouldn't have
so
stops.
it's going to be really good food, so you can't complain. Whereas Red Bull, you're not sure what you're going to get. It's probably gash.
Sandwich from Milton Keynes, like
I
car.
was say you'll probably get a Tesco's meal deal or something.
No, up the bill deal though.
Yeah.
Love that.
What about do you reckon McLaren are going to make a resurgence? I think they are.
No.
McLaren is sitting 5th and they don't deserve it at all. Like, they've got 12 points at the moment and they don't deserve it. Let's be honest.
No, they didn't deserve what they got gifted at Australia, but I think they're going to climb their way back up, much like they did last year. Their car was a dog.
I don't know, Josh.
But
Their
McLaren
car
need
is
to
so slow.
sort the early problems out.
They're so slow.
I was going to say, I don't know whether they'll make a climb this year. They need to I think they just need to bin this year off and focus on next year.
They are so slow. Their car.
I think they're good for 5th.
Dog. I think they're lucky to get 5th.
But I think they're going to get there, and that's where they're going to stay. They're going to just stay in 5th, and they're not going to climb. They're not going to drop.
Alpine have got 2 really competent racers. They've got seasoned experience in Formula 1. Even if they start battling with each other, they're still going to get decent points. Whereas Oscar might not be able to achieve that because of how new he is. I think Alpine is going to blow.
They did
out.
take each other out.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's Ocon, isn't it? You know what you're going to get.
I mean, that was definitely Ocon's fault there, though.
But it clearly
Definitely
was
Ocon
Gasly's
sticking
fault.
his nose
wasn't.
for it.
It was Gasly's fault, you absolute donkey. Tell me you didn't watch the race, but you didn't watch the race.
Do you know what's funny? You can say one thing in this group and it will just set everyone off.
Especially them two fire idiots over on the other
Literally that.
side.
No, it wasn't.
Don't slag off Ocon to me. He beat Alonso last year.
Ocon is mid.
didn't beat
Ocon is mid.
Your
Everyone in
hairline's
the
mid.
comments, what do you think about... My hairline is mid, to be fair.
You're
I'm not
wrong.
going to pull my hair back. Ocon's mid, man. Gasly
He's
is a
not.
million times better.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Nah, they're on the same level.
Ocon, I can't.
The French
Oh,
are at
Ocon
war
fan.
again.
Yeah, what did they think was going to happen? French team, 2 French drivers.
And they
fair,
released the
though,
car in London. Let's not forget that.
To be fair though, history dictates
Brimworks.
with these two that they should have both given the white flag to each other. So who knows?
Do you actually? Wait for Spa, mate.
Oh my god, I'm gonna not give up. No. Classic French.
It is a shame for them, though. The first time we've had 2 French drivers in a French team and France ain't on the calendar, it's just brilliant. It's like,
It is
poetic.
diabolical.
Yeah, but if they,
yeah,
if
that's
they,
that
to
is
be fair, if they
interesting.
brought back the really good circuit they used, like the mid 2000s. That's the one you want, not
Magny Core.
yeah, Magna Con, not this fucking Le Castellet crap. They're so bad. How much runoff do you actually
I
want?
fucking hate the track.
Circuit Paul Ricard. I watched other categories at Paul Ricard, and Paul Ricard's a good track. It just goes back again. His cars are ridiculous.
Yeah, maybe
They're just
it's
massive. You
Yeah, but
can't
they've
do
got-
anything with them.
They've got 500 track layouts to choose from, and they choose the worst.
Well, I watched
Only 500?
the
Oh,
one of the GT. I can't remember what one it was, but one of the GT Cup series, and they used the same layout as F1. Banging. And
Yeah,
then
but
Formula 1 cars go on it. Now,
F1's got some of the worst quality racing.
really does. Really, I watched the 6 hours of Portimao. Quite a lot of the clips of it, not the whole thing, about 2.5, 3 hours of it. Again, that's Portimao. You think that's amazing. They're like racing nearly to the line. I mean, Toyota are absolutely rapid, but it's the cars. The cars are boring, like we said earlier on.
They're too
Moving on.
big and they're too heavy.
Maybe.
What about
maybe we
Alfa
should do a
Romeo?
pod about
By the
how
way,
we would fix the cars. Side note, Alfa Romeo, yeah,
Yes.
Bottas. Only plus he has this year, which is the mullet. But everyone knows
mullet.
that you have a DUI with a mullet because you can't concentrate on anything else other than you have a mullet. Like it's a bit like having a moustache with Nigel Mansell. You have to concentrate on having a mullet or a moustache. You cannot do both, and hence that is the reason why he's struggling. You heard it here first, everybody.
true.
He's driving under the influence because he's got a mullet.
It's true. He's thinking that he's going down the straight. He's
brilliant.
like, I've got a mullet, I've got a mullet, I've got a mullet, I've got a mullet. And Mansell was doing the same thing. It's actually amazing that he won as many driver titles as he did. Because he's sitting there going, I've got a moustache, I've got a moustache, I've got a moustache. And that thing was a monster moustache as well, by the way. It's lethal business.
I'm just going to do a bit of gatekeeping there. When he said as many as he did, he won 1.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
thought I'd give it a
One,
little
more than
fact check
zero.
there,
That's
mate.
my point. You shouldn't have won any with a
More than
moustache.
0. And he had a moustache.
And he had a moustache. You should have won none. How many? Like, tell me now.
Do you know he used to be a milkman?
Tell me now. Exactly, because he's a moustache.
okay,
Tell me
man,
now. I'm going to get a microphone there. How many other race winners or WW has a moustache? Tell me now.
Did it cut out for anyone else there?
Yeah, because I fucked around with the cable. Go on. There's none.
How many other races?
Didn't Vettel used to have a moustache?
Yeah, Vettel
At
had a
one point
moustache.
and won.
No, but like Mansell,
Yep.
like big old.
Daniel Ricciardo when he
yeah.
used to do it
No,
as well.
Yeah, but did he win the WDC? Daniel Ricciardo is still nil point.
Oh no, that was handlebars, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not a thingy.
So my point
There's
is,
probably a lot of ones in the 70s and the 60s that did.
so if Max Verstappen
Probably.
comes to the grid like this
Gets a
season, if he
moustache.
has a moustache and he wins, he will be the greatest driver of all time if he does it again.
All time, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd
I don't think he can even grow
mine
facial
off.
hair.
He probably hasn't hit puberty yet.
No.
No, I reckon he's hit puberty, but he definitely cannot grow facial hair. Could you imagine with a beard? He'd look like you probably, Ryan, to be fair. His chin line just doesn't exist.
Well, have I been done?
JC said next pod we should talk about, aerodynamics and how to fix the cars and all that, whilst we're also arguing about moustaches and all that.
Yeah.
BSDF1, as usual, completely off topic of Formula 1.
Moustaches aren't aerodynamic! Think of the weight on the mullet. No, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
The mullet, that's an extra
All the
kilo.
air doesn't pass through it properly.
I was talking about Lewis for years. Why has Lewis got the longest haircut? When he's complaining about jewellery, chop the hair off, you're about a kilo lighter, done. You're going to win everything.
To be fair, Sky Sports had this thing, Vettel, this thing was back in 2018, where he was starting to win races when he got a new haircut, and then like Brundle and all that were loving it because, he got a new haircut and they're saying, oh, it's aerodynamic and all that.
Well, to be fair though, Leo, that kind of makes sense because...
Oh, you're welcome, lads, you're welcome.
That kind of makes sense though, because Michael Phelps, who's a swimmer, he shaves all of his hair off, and he is a multiple gold Olympic swimmer, so it makes sense.
Oh,
where the fuck have we gone, by the way?
Yeah, that was so funny. The dead silence afterwards. Oh, made my day. What about Williams, guys?
What about them?
Yeah, what about them?
Where are they? What are they doing? Alex Albon doing bits. Logan Sargent, I think, has got some potential there.
To be fair, did anyone see that picture of his qualifying lap time that he got deleted because he slightly went into the pit lane exit?
Oh yeah, that was good enough for Q2, wasn't it?
Good enough for Q3. He would have been in P3.
This is what annoys me.
Oh wait, really?
If he didn't have that lap time deleted, he would have been 0.003 of a second quicker than Alonso. Because
it happened again at Saudi the week before that.
Yeah.
Where he drifted over that tiny line and banned.
Yeah.
Verstappen and Perez cut the track.
That's what I was going to say.
So.
That's what annoys me about this. So you see Checo and Max do it. No, I'm talking about in qualifying, right? So in Q3, you see Checo cross that white line. When on TV cam at Saudi, it goes along the top and you see it. And then Max does exactly the same. And no repercussion. All right, they're probably going to still top the group, but still give them a deleted track lap time.
Yeah, it's still just delete the time, isn't it?
Make them sweat. Yeah.
What's going on?
But I think it just shows that Williams do have the pace there, but they just don't have the reliability. Would it be?
I don't think the pace is there.
No. I don't know if it's reliability because they haven't actually had any failures of such, have they?
No, the pace just isn't there. It's better than it has been.
Their one lap pace is there, but their race pace isn't there. That's
yeah.
Well, their one sector pace is there. Look at Albon in Australia. That
yeah, true.
Well, yeah,
and
true.
then just bottled it in his strongest sector.
Yeah.
Brilliant. The sector he's absolutely rapid at, and then just cooks it. George Russell would never have done that in a Mercedes. Tell you that much.
I think they've got the opposite of the Red Bull. I think they've got really fast, like they always have been, but I don't think they've got the aerodynamics to get them through a set of corners.
It's quite Red Bull looking as well, their car, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they copied it.
Yeah, but all cars will be like that at the end of the season.
Yeah, Mercedes with the strapped on Red Bull. It's right on the sides. Zero side pods now, mate. Always had them. Don't worry about it.
We've got Red Bull side pods.
Who else is a Formula 1 team? How about Marisha? They're doing all right now?
Marisha?
Hey, come again?
About 10 years too late, man.
If you're talking about another redundant team, though, Haas is on that list.
There we go. That's what I was trying to think of. Yep. There we are. Haas, yeah. The most mid-boring lineup is proving to be mid and boring.
Hulkenberg has as many points as Leclerc. Just put it out there.
That is a thing. Hulkenberg, ladies and gentlemen. Will he get a podium? No. Anyway, moving on.
Terrible.
That's the end of Haas.
All right, let's remember this. If Hulkenberg gets a podium, you heard it here first. Buy a Haas shirt. Just a bit like last year.
Yep.
The Schumacher thing.
Yeah, but
was that me who said that?
That was me, wasn't it?
Is that you? Okay, good. That's fine. I was going to say, I don't want to buy a Haas shirt. Was that me? Probably well too excited, to be fair, when I did that. That was, I think we've done most of the teams. I think we've done it, whereabouts they are. I think we all know kind of what's coming.
Yeah. Red
Bull, sad faces, everybody. Happy faces for Red Bull fans. We love to see it. We don't. but we do. Leo, wait, Leo, what do you like? You like something, didn't you?
Did I?
No, he's not thinking about it. It's just you love it.
Gone straight over his head.
Just went straight over his head. That's a shame. Talking about it straight over your head. Boys, do you think we have time for a little game at the end?
I'd say we do. Probably not the one you're talking about. I'm just looking at the time because I feel like that would take a long time.
No, it's not. Trust me. This ain't a long one.
Right.
This isn't like the quiz from last week. So, Ryan, you're going to stay in the call. Josh and Leo, take your headphones off. I'm going to wave. Leo comes in. I'm going to wave again. Josh comes back in. Lads, leave the call for me. Okay, Ryan.
Yes.
We're going to start straight off.
Okay.
I need your first thing that comes to your mind when I say Mercedes.
The GOAT.
Okay, perfect.
Hello.
Josh, first. Oh, no, not Josh, sorry. Wait, who came in there? You both came in.
Both of them came in.
You said Leo next.
No, I did say Leo next. Josh, take your headphones off. Oh, he's muted. That's fine. Because you're staying there still. Yeah. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say Mercedes?
Hamilton.
Here comes Josh.
Yay.
He comes in. Josh, what's your first thing that comes to your head when I say Mercedes?
Love it.
Gonna have to press you. Love it. Love it.
I love it.
I love it.
Brilliant. So
There we go.
there were no matches in that one. The idea of this was to try and get a match. Someone who matches gets a point, basically. Ryan, he said GOAT. Leo, he said Hamilton, and Josh said loves it. So none of those are matches. Right, Leo and Josh, take your headphones out. We're on to the next one. Okay, are you ready, gents? Here we go. They're not listening.
Yep.
Perfect. Ryan, first thing that comes to your head when I say Red Bull. Red Bull.
The drink.
Here comes Leo. Leo, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say Red Bull?
Catering.
No, not even a...
Not even a salt.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Here comes Josh. Josh, are you ready?
Yeah.
You ready, boy? Here we go. First thing that comes to your mind when I say Red Bull.
I'm going to go PC this time.
Quick.
The drink.
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, we
got a match.
We have a match. It is Josh and Ryan match with the word drink. Leo went with catering, which was brilliant because he said it in a split second.
Oh,
I love it.
I mean,
So I was so hoping that Josh would say twats again.
no.
amazing.
Getting
That
caught
was, he did
laughing
say
again.
no more.
To be fair, I nearly said a stronger and fruity burger again.
That-
Fuck.
That was amazing. We have a point, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first one of these scored. Okay, boys, out you go, please. Ryan,
Yes.
what is the first thing that comes to your mind when I say Ferrari?
Dog.
Goodness sake. All right, Leo.
I don't know why
Ryan
I
has
said that.
muscled
I
this
don't know why I
massively.
said that.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say Ferrari?
Schumacher.
I don't know why I said what I said.
Oh, this is going to be went off, innit?
Josh, what's the first thing that comes to your head when I say Ferrari?
Schumacher.
Oh!
Another
Yes!
Another
Do you know what?
match. Here we go.
Josh, you were so close to matching with what I said.
Wait, Josh, Josh and Leo, please try and guess what Ryan said for what's the first thing you think of?
Italians.
No,
No.
I just randomly went dog.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why.
Idiot. So, Josh has 2 matches. Ryan has 1 and Leo has 1. Josh is in the lead currently with 2 matches. Okay, boys, out the chat, we got 2 more to go through. Okay. All right, I'm going to put Josh, I want you to take your headphones off. Okay, good. I was just seeing, but he is definitely that's good. I was just get a little check there, a little bit of
Get a little bit of check there, but
Okay, Ryan, are you ready?
I am ready.
First thing that comes to your mind when I say McLaren.
Papaya.
Oh, what? I got to type this, mate.
Go on.
That's it. That's what I'm just going to guess it spelled like that. Leo, what's the first one that comes to your mind when I say McLaren?
YouTube.
No. Oh, amazing. Oh, brilliant. Right, Josh, first thing that comes to your mind when I say McLaren.
Lando Norris is a mug. There is.
And he's done it again, ladies and gentlemen.
There's the title.
And he's done it again, ladies and gentlemen.
Offended everybody on the planet.
He takes all of my fucking
Goodness me.
hobbies. So,
No matches in that one.
He's better looking. He races in Formula 1.
Here we go again.
He can do better
Oh, for
DJing.
God's
He can
sake.
do better photography.
Josh, can you deafen him or mute him or something?
Yeah, I might have to just kick him out in a minute. Most jealous guy ever.
All the 14-year-old
So-
Discord is like,
No. Get on Lando Twitter and Lando Reddit.
sorry, Lando.
No matches there. Ryan said papaya, Leo said YouTube, and Josh said Lando is a mug. nothing new there then, apparently.
Yes.
Right, lads, out you go. Last one.
After we might as well do all 10, right?
No, I've only written down 5 because we've got enough content to get us through this. Right? Chill, bro. Are you ready?
Yep.
Josh, are you muted? Okay, good. Right. So, Ryan,
Yep.
first thing that comes to your mind when I say Williams.
De
Come on.
Vries. I don't know.
Very boring.
Yep.
Very boring.
Very boring. I know. I couldn't think
Bring
of anything.
Leo in. I can't even spell that. Leo, first one that comes to your mind when I say Williams.
So no one's got anything
quick.
for them.
Oh, the freeze.
Josh.
Oh, that looks dreadful, doesn't it? Oh.
First thing that comes to your mind when I say Williams. Quick.
Nigel Mansell's moustache.
Quick.
That's been on my mind all
You know what?
Josh called me boring.
Boys. So, there is a match in here.
No way. No way.
If it's Nigel Mansell's
Oh.
There is a match. It is
Is
indeed.
it the freeze?
It is not Nigel Mansell moustache, unfortunately. It is De Vries. Ryan and Leo match De Vries.
Can I just say one
Someone
thing?
who
that's
races for
dreadful.
Alpha Tauri.
While you
Brilliant.
two both said was just sitting muted, Josh, I said my answer and Josh went, how boring. Leo comes in, instantly said De Vries.
So that is a match. That's Ryan and Leo. So I think that is everybody on 2
Everyone
points.
on
We're
2.
going to do a tiebreaker. Because I saw this coming. We're going to do a tiebreaker. Are you ready? Boys, leave the chat. Ryan,
Go.
are you ready?
I am.
This is going to be a tough one.
Okay.
First thing that comes to your mind when I say Alfa Romeo.
Bottas's mullet.
No. Leo, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say Alfa Romeo?
Boss.
He was looking down at his keyboard. There we go, he's back. Josh, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say Alfa Romeo?
Jeremy Clarkson says
Quick,
they're the
quick.
best driving cars in the world, and you must own an Alfa Romeo to be a petrol head.
So is that your immediate answer?
That's a lot to write down.
Jeremy Clarkson says that Alfa Romeos are an amazing drive and you must own one to be a petrol head.
Correct.
Unfortunately, nobody else said that one. But because we've come to our hour, I'm going to give this to Ryan and Leo to take the W today over Josh with you both said Bottas on your one. Ryan did say Bottas's mullet, but when you have a mullet, it engages yourself and your being encompasses entirely.
That's
So Bottas would just also be mullet now.
Mullet. Because it
Mola.
encompasses. I can't even get it
Mola.
out. It's just encompassing my brain.
It's there forever.
Bottas is mullet.
So boys, listeners, everybody, that is Leo and Ryan taking that W on the guessing game as we've concluded this podcast. I forgot to say it, so I'm going to do it now, and Josh is going to clip it in at the beginning because I bottled it and forgot to say it. Please do not forget. Don't forget to like. Forget.
Do you want to try that again?
Oh la la! Please don't forget.
One more time. Clear comms. Everybody clear comms. Everybody clear comms for this special announcement. Do not forget to like, to comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell every single time we upload a podcast so you know when we're uploading. Everyone, thank you for listening to the podcast. I hope you all enjoyed. Boys, did you enjoy this one?
I did enjoy it.
I loved it.
He loves it!
He loves it.